In a world filled with complex nutritional advice where you're told to eat a rainbow of plants and count every last calorie, a simpler, more ancestral approach is gaining ground. It's called the carnivore diet. Exactly what it sounds like. A way of eating that focuses exclusively on animal products. Meat, fish, eggs, sometimes dairy. We are stripping away the noise, the processed junk, the plant-based foods that our bodies often struggle to digest, and returning to the very foods that fueled human evolution for millions of years. This isn't about restriction in the way most people think, it's about providing your body with the most bioavailable, nutrient-dense foods on the planet. The core principle is radical in its simplicity. You eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. There are no complicated meal plans, no portion control containers, and no need to track macros obsessively. Your plate will be filled with fatty cuts of steak, ground beef, salmon, bacon, eggs. You drink water, maybe some bone broth. What you don't eat is just as important. No fruits, no vegetables, no grains, no legumes, no seeds, and definitely no sugar or processed foods. We are eliminating the plant-based compounds that can cause inflammation, digestive issues, and a host of other chronic problems for so many people. It's a return to our roots. Many people hear this and their first reaction is one of disbelief. No vegetables? Isn't that unhealthy? This question comes from decades of nutritional dogma that has pushed a plant-heavy agenda, often without the robust science to back it up. The mechanics of the carnivore diet are beautifully straightforward. When you consume only animal products, you are primarily eating fat, protein, with virtually zero carbohydrates. This dietary composition forces your body to make a crucial metabolic switch. By removing carbohydrates from your diet, your body shifts its primary fuel source from glucose to fat. This metabolic state, known as ketosis, turns your body into a fat-burning machine. Instead of relying on a constant supply of sugar for energy, which leads to energy spikes and crashes, you tap into your own stored body fat for a steady, consistent stream of fuel. This fundamental metabolic shift is the key to unlocking many of the profound benefits people report, from effortless weight loss, enhanced mental clarity, boundless energy. It's about optimizing your human machinery the way it was designed to run. When you consume primarily protein and healthy fats, you provide building blocks for muscle repair and healthy hormones, without the inflammatory and anti-nutrient burden of plant foods. Furthermore, the diet works by maximizing nutrient absorption. Animal-based nutrients are far more bioavailable than their plant-based counterparts. For example, the heme iron in red meat is absorbed much more efficiently than non-heme iron in spinach. Plant foods often contain anti-nutrients like oxalates, lectins, and phytates, which can bind minerals and prevent their absorption, while also irritating the gut lining. By removing these compounds, you not only stop the damage but allow your gut to heal, improving your ability to extract maximum nutrition from your food. A balanced carnivore plate with organ meats, seafood, and muscle meats provides a broad micronutrient profile. One of the most immediate and dramatic benefits people experience on the carnivore diet is weight loss. For many, the fat seems to melt away without the hunger, cravings, and misery associated with traditional calorie-restricted diets. This isn't magic. It's a direct result of powerful hormonal and metabolic changes. When you eliminate carbohydrates, your insulin levels plummet. Insulin is the primary hormone responsible for storing fat. When it's chronically elevated from a high-carb diet, your body is in a constant state of fat storage, making it nearly impossible to lose weight. By switching to a meat-based diet, you keep insulin levels low and stable. This signals to your body that it's time to stop storing fat and start burning it for fuel. You effectively unlock your own fat stores, turning them into a primary energy source. This is why people find they can eat rich, fatty cuts of meat to complete satiety and still lose weight. You are no longer fighting against your own biology. After a meal of steak and eggs, you feel deeply satisfied for hours, sometimes even for the entire day. Many people find themselves comfortably eating just one meal a day or two, practices aligned with intermittent fasting. You consume fewer calories overall without ever feeling deprived, which is the holy grail of sustainable weight loss. You are working with your metabolism, allowing your body to naturally regulate weight. Consider Joe, a 45-year-old man who struggled with his weight for decades. Within 3 months of switching to a carnivore diet of beef, bacon, and eggs, Joe lost over 50 pounds. His energy levels soared, joint pain disappeared, and his blood markers normalized. He wasn't starving himself, he was eating delicious, satisfying meals, and his body simply healed. This story is not unique, it's one I hear every single day. Next, more than just a full stomach, the energy, recovery, and performance benefits. Many people come to the carnivore diet for weight loss, but they stay for the energy. It's a different kind of energy than what you get from a cup of coffee or a sugary snack. Not a frantic, jittery buzz followed by a crash. Instead, it's a calm, steady, enduring vitality that lasts all day long. This profound shift comes from changing your body's fuel source. When you run on glucose from carbohydrates, your energy levels are tied to your blood sugar. When you become fat-adapted on the carnivore diet, your body taps into a virtually limitless supply of fuel, your own body fat. Your energy is no longer dependent on your next meal. Ketones provide a much more stable and efficient fuel source for your body and your brain. Workouts become more powerful. Recovery is faster. The protein-rich nature of the diet provides all the necessary amino acids to build and repair muscle, leading to gains in strength and endurance. Many athletes are adopting this way of eating. Professional fighters, ultramarathon runners, they find a fat-fueled engine can outperform a sugar-fueled one. Think of it like choosing the right fuel for a high-performance engine. You wouldn't put cheap, low-octane gasoline in a Ferrari and expect it to run optimally. The human body is the most sophisticated machine on the planet. Fuel it wisely. Yet we've been fueling it with the biological equivalent of cheap gas, processed carbohydrates and sugar. The carnivore diet is like switching to premium, high-octane racing fuel. It provides species-appropriate, nutrient-dense building blocks. The result is a level of physical and mental performance many haven't felt since childhood. Work, play, family, everything improves. Next chapter, lifting the brain fog. Beyond the physical benefits, one of the most profound changes people report is dramatic improvement in mental clarity. The persistent brain fog, mental slowness and difficulty focusing, often lifts within weeks or even days. This mental renaissance is rooted in changes to brain chemistry and function. Our brains are incredibly energy-hungry organs. The type of fuel matters. The brain can run on glucose, but it thrives on ketones. Ketones are a clean, efficient fuel that produce fewer free radicals than glucose. Fewer free radicals means less oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain. Many people say it feels like a veil has been lifted. Thoughts become sharper, memory improves, and deep focus returns. The carnivore diet also removes compounds that can harm brain function: gluten, sugar and refined carbohydrates, plant toxins and anti-nutrients. Removing these offenders lets your brain heal and function optimally. The stories are countless: students, professionals, older adults reporting major improvements. DHA, EPA, B12 and zinc from animal foods support mental health from the ground up. It supports mental health, stabilizes mood, and helps reclaim cognitive sovereignty. Next, a major clinical application, type 2 diabetes. How a meat-based approach can reverse carbohydrate intolerance. Coming up, what causes type 2 diabetes and why removing carbohydrates can directly target the root cause. Type 2 diabetes is a condition that is widely and honestly incorrectly believed to be a chronic, progressive disease. The conventional approach involves managing symptoms with a litany of medications that often have significant side effects. This is a fundamental misunderstanding. At its core, type 2 diabetes is a state of carbohydrate intolerance driven by chronically high insulin. The body becomes resistant to the effects of insulin, leading to dangerously high blood sugar levels. The standard advice to eat more whole grains is, in many cases, like throwing gasoline on a fire. The carnivore diet offers a direct solution by addressing the root cause. Remove the carbohydrate load. By completely removing carbohydrates, you stop the influx of sugar that drives the disease. Blood glucose levels naturally begin to fall, and the pancreas is no longer forced to pump out massive amounts of insulin. This gives the body a chance to regain insulin sensitivity. The results can be astonishingly fast. Many people with type 2 diabetes see their blood sugar normalize within days or weeks of starting. As numbers improve, patients often work with doctors to reduce and sometimes eliminate medications. Sarah, a 58-year-old nurse, had lived with type 2 diabetes for over a decade. Her fasting blood sugar was over 200 milligrams per deciliter. In 1 month on carnivore, her fasting number dropped to 85. Her doctor was amazed. Within 6 months she was off all diabetes medications. She had more energy, lost weight, and felt better than she had in years. This is the power of a proper human diet. We have seen thousands of individuals reverse type 2 diabetes and reduce medication dependency. They free themselves from a lifetime of medication and chronic illness. They do this by eating satisfying meals of steak, eggs, and other animal foods. Stories like Sarah's are common. Next, practical guidance navigating the transition. what to expect and how to ease the change. While the long-term benefits are profound, the initial transition phase can present challenges. Your body has spent years running on carbohydrates and needs time to adapt. The most common hurdle is the keto flu or adaptation period. Headaches, fatigue, muscle cramps, irritability, temporary physiological responses to a major metabolic shift. The key to getting through this phase is to be prepared. Ensure you get enough fat and salt. Fat is your new energy source. Embrace fatty cuts and add butter liberally. As insulin drops, your kidneys excrete more sodium and water. Replenish by salting your food and drinking plenty of water. An electrolyte imbalance causes most adaptation symptoms. Stay on top of salt and hydration. Social pressure is real, turning down bread, pasta, dessert. Have a simple, confident explanation. I'm trying an elimination diet to see if it helps. Digestive issues can also pop up. Diarrhea or constipation, usually temporary. For diarrhea, reduce rendered fats like bacon grease and focus on solid fats on steaks. For constipation, ensure adequate water and salt intake. These issues are almost always temporary as your gut adapts. Lead by example. Over time, curiosity replaces skepticism. Your digestive system heals and many lifelong problems like IBS and bloating fade. Patience, preparation, and salt solve most adaptation bumps. Next, practical simple steps to get started. Cook in batches and keep your kitchen stocked. Practical shopping, planning, and the 30-day commitment, coming up. Starting the carnivore diet doesn't have to be complicated. Keep it simple, especially in the beginning. Don't worry about exotic meats or complex recipes. For the first 30 days, commit to eating nothing but meat, salt, and water. This strict approach shows you how you truly feel without other variables like dairy, eggs, or coffee. Reflect in a journal or tracker to note changes. A great way to start is focusing on ruminant meats like beef and lamb, animals that convert plants into nutrient-dense fat. Eat fatty cuts, ribeye, ground beef, and don't fear fat. Whenever you are hungry, eat until comfortably full or stuffed. In the initial phase, it's better to overeat than to undereat while retraining hunger signals. Preparation is key. Clean out your pantry and fridge of non-carnivore foods. Stock your freezer with vacuum-sealed meat so you always have something on hand. Cook in batches, grilling a dozen patties or roasting a large cut to last several days. Your shopping list should be refreshingly short. Beef, salt, maybe some butter. That's it. Finally, listen to your body. Eat when hungry. Stop when full. Some days you might eat 3 meals, other days 1 large meal. Both are fine. Drink water when thirsty and add more salt if you feel sluggish or get a headache. Trust the process, be patient, and let your appetite guide you. Next, deciding if the carnivore path is right for you. We'll help you evaluate and set up an experiment. Coming up, your 30, 60, 90-day test. We have explored the what, why, and how of the carnivore diet. We've seen how this seemingly radical way of eating is actually a return to a simpler, ancestral template aligned with our biology. By focusing on nutrient-dense animal foods and eliminating plants, sugars, and processed ingredients, countless people have reclaimed their health. They have lost weight effortlessly, gained boundless energy, cleared mental fog, and even reversed conditions like type 2 diabetes. The results speak for themselves. Is this path right for you? The only person who can answer that is you. Try the experiment. 30 days of only meat, salt, and water as a baseline. If you reintroduce foods later, add one at a time to observe reactions. This is not a call for everyone on the planet to eat nothing but meat forever. It is a call to question conventional wisdom that has left us sicker and more overweight. It's an invitation to conduct an experiment on yourself and take control of your health. For many, the experiment becomes permanent because they feel too good to go back. Hiking, playing with kids, working energetically, life changes. So I challenge you, if you're struggling with weight, low energy, brain fog, joint pain, or digestive issues, give it a try. Commit to 30 days of only meat, salt, and water. Salt and water. What do you have to lose? The potential downside is minimal. The upside is life-changing. You might discover a level of health and vitality you never thought possible. The power to heal is on your plate. Stop listening to the noise and start listening to your body. Your best life might be just one steak away. If this helped, subscribe and hit the bell for more on health, nutrition, and lifestyle freedom. Thanks for watching.